right now, people are just mad and complaining and all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, complaining ain't never stopped nothing.
The first day they was trying to get black people mad at Nelly and Snoop Dogg. I'm like, bro,
I'm not mad at Nelly for making money. Like, I'm sorry, man.
Snoop
This nigga got a
Dogg is
baby.
the only one I'm kind of like, okay, nigga, you the one had all these diss records and shit, so whatever. But you know, I also knew that in real life he was probably cooler with him than Nelly is, because you know.
Yeah, he knew. These. I mean, I keep telling people, man, it's the same left wing, right wing, same bird. But y'all want to make a new party. Y'all instead of like, we have to work with Democrats. Otherwise, nothing will get done. Well, you see
nothing
how
got
that
done for me
bending right
anyway.
now. Trump got the first thing he wanted passed, which is the Lakin Act, which, spoiler alert, all the people who said, oh, we opposed this in 2019, all them same people voted for both Warnock and Ossoff.
Well, that's
Both
because
of them.
one of them is up for re-election in Georgia, and I think he's going to lose.
Ossoff is up for re-election, and he's going to lose.
Yeah, he's going to
Ossoff
lose.
is going to lose because he's going to be going against Kemp, and Kemp is just going to point to look at what I did for Georgia deficit. Mostly because most people are not smart enough to see all the fuck shit that Kemp did, because Kemp is the same one that turned around and gave that contract to his white friends for $400. But y'all not smart enough to look at that. Not y'all. I'm just saying people in general. Y'all not smart enough to look at that and see like, oh shit, there was a whole thing. It's like, yes, that's why elections matter, because there was a whole thing that y'all should have been paying attention to, but y'all weren't paying attention to it because it wasn't the fun topic. It wasn't cool. It wasn't the topic that everybody wanted to talk about. But that's gonna be the one that you won't care about. Yes. That's why you never gonna see him talk about some peace and reconciliation in Israel, because that nigga don't care about that. He is not one of us.
I saw this thing called a secular Jew, and I'm like, that don't make any sense.
Well, no, a lot of Jews became secular after the Holocaust because they felt like God abandoned them.
I remember what you're saying, but it's like being a secular Christian.
Well, I mean, one's supposed to be a race, though.
Correct.
Yeah, one is supposed to be a race plus life form.
When did Jews become a race? After World War II?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
They reclassified them because, they had to after Germany decided that there weren't people. Which is like, I mean, we've been doing that throughout history, but,
No, I mean, a Jew was the one who did that, to be fair.
I mean, yeah. Again, spoiler alert, it'd be your own people. It always be your own people. Something fucked up happened, guarantee you, it was your own people.
The Great Ninja War? Mm-hmm. Started by a ninja.
Great Ninja War started by a ninja. Ryder, did you find the topic list?
I did. I looked at it. I read it over. I'm going to conserve my voice.
Oh, see, I knew you were going to conserve your voice because I knew that first topic for you was going to be it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for you not to have something to say.
Well, I definitely have something to say on that one, but it's stupid. Like, grab some lotion, motherfucker. Like, it's not that hard. Or tell your man to grab some lotion. Women do it all the damn time. Like, are you afraid of your man to actually speak up?
Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. Remember, this is a black woman asking for black women for advice about a man.
Wait, this is a black woman, or this is? I thought honestly, I thought it was a white woman like asking this question.
No, this is a black woman asking black women for advice instead of just asking black men.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, tell that motherfucker you need some lotion if you want to be in this pussy. Like, it's not that hard. And this is a good pussy, so just put that lotion on every day, and then you had his pussy. Like, and a man's gonna do it in a heartbeat because he wants that damn pussy. So, like,
yeah,
it's
but
not
all the women say
hard.
they got good pussy, but let me tell you, it ain't all good. Most of it's what's that M word?
Oh, nothing is absolute, kind sir. Nothing is absolute, Sham. Nothing is absolute. So
that's fair. But what is absolute? Them saying they got good pussy. There you go. Every fucking time. Oh, you want somebody? I don't know. Oh, let me give it to the little bottle. What's in the bottle? Peroxide. Oh, see, why you bubbling? Get the fuck out.
Yeah, bad. So yeah, that topic right there. To start off, interesting. Sexy red bullshit is bullshit. Just she young, she a child.
Nigga. You gotta actually let them go through the topics, nigga.
Yeah, let's get to
sorry.
it. Let's talk about it when we get to it.
I'm sorry. That was
Sham, do the intro, Sham. Do the intro.
intro.
Man. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to that black man behind. Yeah, I'm good.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and all the good shit.
Shit, I don't even know who we have in here today.
I can't even eat. Fucking
Oh,
food.
you trying to eat? You should have said that, man. You can't just be like, "Hey, man, do
Without
it."
you niggas. When I said do it, man, I meant do it. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to another episode of the Everyday Black Man podcast for authentic black male thought. It's your boy Riker. We have Reed, Sham, obviously, the writer, and White Collar Suge came into this bitch. Also, at some point, we'll have Stylish. He having technical difficulties right now. Technical. Follow us on Twitter, EVYD Black Men, Instagram, Everyday Black Men, Everyday Black Man Facebook page. We also have Patreon, EBMP. You should become a Patreon member. All of our members who are the higher tier, $5 tier, they get to participate in our AMA. We got the first one coming up. These are Patreon exclusive episodes. They get to ask us all the burning questions that you wanted to ask. Like, why does Reed act like Reed? Does Sham ever wash his mouth out with soap? You can ask us whatever shit. Subscribe. It's not that hard. And also, shout out to all the people out there on Apple who are our patrons. We really appreciate y'all. And, email us if you have questions as well, because for some reason, Apple doesn't do a good job of allowing us to have access to any of your information. It's Apple thing. But last but not least, our website is www.everydayblackmen.com. But what I was alluding to with my brother from another mother, the writer, is that a black woman on Ask Black Ladies asked other women for advice on her man who has ashy dick. Damn! The women there could not come to a consensus on what to do. Some of the women said, you should just break up with him. And it's like, the bitter women, they just reveal themselves now. They just reveal themselves.
The extreme.
This is an interesting. I didn't catch the front end of that, but I've once been complimented on about how well I kept my dick moisturized, and I didn't know that was a thing with y'all women, and especially black women. Even I remember the brat telling the stories of how she used to top off Allen Iverson regularly. She called his dick ashy plenty of times, so he might have been true. I thought that was just their way of throwing slurs, but y'all, I mean, damn, niggas out here walking around ashy dick.
Oh, it's actually more common than you think. It's more common.
Shame on you, Dick. That's like the first place I put lotion on.
Way more common than you think. But here's the thing, though. Actually, Riker, go ahead and finish the whole montage to the whatchamacallit, and then we really get into it.
That was it. That was it.
That was it. So here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. Like you think it's easy as just lotioning that type of skin down there, and then you're good. It's actually not that easy. You actually have to find the right lotion that keeps that part moisturized versus your other body, because it's actually two different skin types. And I didn't know this until I started really getting into it. And I was like, wait a second.
You mean like the skin under your eyes?
Well,
which is the most delicate skin on your body?
It is, but you got sensitivity, and then you got actually thickness of it. It's two different things.
Elasticity.
But just as far as when it comes to moisturizing, the reason why it's down there is very difficult is because the light is darker, the moisture content is higher. You have to find the right lotion that actually keeps it moisturized. And I find the more thick the lotion is, the better it is, but it has to keep in moisture. But at the same time, too, you have to watch out for jock itch, because that shit is a thing.
I'll give a little advice on that because I have a dermatologist in the family. And I think that's the field my wife's planning on going in. But we actually use moisturizing cream and not lotion. We use the CeraVe moisturizing cream, which actually does a good job throughout the day. Cold weather, you need to apply a little bit more, or you might have to cycle in some Vaseline or stuff like that. But moisturizing cream, that's what y'all want to use instead of lotions. Unless you have a medical condition, then you need to go ahead. If you're black or brown skin, go to a black or brown skin dermatologist, because skin types do make a difference with the doctors. How can they tell you about a skin type that they don't have to look at?
Well, I've actually gone to a dermatologist's office, and they actually have given me good advice, because they actually, are good practicing physicians, and they actually did, say, hey, look, by the way, different skin people, different skin types. You have to figure out what works for you. We have this regimen. Try what works here and see if it works here, and it works for me. But you're right, White Collar Suge, when it comes to creams. I found that creams do work better in that region versus the rest of your body when it comes to lotion. But you gotta find what lotion works for you down there or cream that works for you down there because it's different than the rest of your body. But now when it comes to these chicks saying, "Oh, yeah, you need to break up with the man because he can't moisturize his dick," um, really letting go of a good dude that be paying bills, that be bringing you, food, that be asking you how you doing, it's worth breaking up with that man because he has an ashy dick? What the flying fuck? Wow. Wow.
That's what make a good dude if you take care of her.
Nah, apparently, it's just keeping a non-ashy dick. That's what makes a good man.
Oh man, nah, good job, woman. Great idea. Everything they think of is so great. Good idea.
No, so I'm not gonna throw
Virginia has
the whole woman card thing. I'm gonna throw at the generational differences. And I mean, this is the balloon area, y'all. We're in the balloon area. It don't take much. One chick had a problem with a quality dude that did everything, had a career together and all that, all because he had his ankles exposed, and that was a part of the outfit. It wasn't even like it was an accident.
Nah,
It don't take
man.
much. It don't
She
take
made a
much.
good decision, bro. How dare he have his ankles out in a
I
outfit
know.
that whatever, good
Yeah,
decision.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I mean, this is that
Yeah.
balloon area, y'all. I mean, if he like peanuts and not almonds, he got to go, girl.
I don't
She
see it as
right.
a problem.
Yeah. They're so right, bro. We need to just
No,
sit back and realize that they're right.
I don't look at it. No, hold on. Yeah, I will say I think they are right
Yeah.
because if they think like that and they're all that open, then they just saving you time.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't like none of us ever, met a girl we thought was quality, and then she, was about to give up that monster, and that monster actually smelled
Second,
like fish. I was like, yo, that ain't normal. That's not a fragrance. That's not an aroma. It's an odor.
but she ain't smelt it because she doesn't know that she dealt it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know if you don't like check your own product, how are you supposed to listen to you? It's just like drugs. You gotta test out your own product so you ain't trying to serve it to niggas.
Nah, bro. Some products don't need to be tested out. You just gotta give it to them.
I I
No,
had
so
I,
this is
I
not someone telling you to suck your own dick. We know some of y'all niggas is really weird and freaky. This is not that.
Most niggas wouldn't even worry about women if they could suck their own dick.
I wasn't even gonna give it to us. Like,
Niggas don't do it. Niggas don't do it. Niggas don't do it.
I'm just letting you know it's a little known secret.
I mean, whatever you and Black Libertarian been discussing behind closed doors, y'all can keep that shit there.
Nah, it'd be a
Y'all
lot of
keep that
single women. Niggas wanna be dealing with their shit. I'll go suck my own dick, bitch.
shit. If you
I ain't
do
gonna
that
lie, it
shit,
sound like
nigga,
something people say.
fuck with you.
Even if it hurt them a little bit, then they did it. They'll still do it.
I heard somewhere in a libertarian forum, once you can suck your own dick, you have now ascended to the heights of heights, and you are their god.
No,
So that's the highest form of independence.
The deity of libertarianism is
And
one shown in the front-facing eagle sucking his own dick from a rear view so that you can't see it, just legs in the air and the back of his head.
you ain't got to rely on a woman hooker or any other being for mouth to penis resuscitation. You are the ultimate libertarian.
It's like a
Oh
Roboros,
damn!
except not.
It's like ascending to Super Saiyan God.
Did you say Ouroboros? You mean Ouroboros? Yeah, Ouroboros.
Aurora
Or
Yeah,
Borealis?
or Borealis, man. That shit, and for
it's
y'all niggas that
Ouroboros.
watch a Full Metal Alchemist, that the shit that's on the homework, that thing.
That's not what that is, but hey, well, yeah.
It's called a Borealis, but I mean, they don't know that.
Borealis, man. No, Ouroboros. Like, whatever, yada yada.
This got deep for a dick skin conversation, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why y'all was using all them fucking products, nigga. You get you a $5 big ass bucket of coconut oil and slap that shit on when you got the shower. Call it a fucking day.
That sounds like
That's
an
like a
ashy dick nigga
Caribbean.
right there.
Coconut
I mean,
oil
but
for everything.
That sounds
exactly.
like
What
an
they
ashy
should have
dick
done is
nigga.
coconut oil. They should have done coconut oil for everything. We'll read on that one. That's that old thing. It's old and it's good, and there's a reason why coconut oil is so cheap at your local farmers market because you need that shit, and they know you need it, nigga. They know you
Coconut
need it.
oil, and then for black Southerners,
Grapeseed oil.
Vaseline.
Oh my
Hey,
god!
yeah,
All,
black suckers,
all I'm saying
Vaseline on
is
everything.
I
the
swear,
coconut oil will moisturize and serve as a natural lubricant that should not be an irritant to her.
that shit is used for
Shouldn't have.
everything.
Well,
I mean,
it is
when I was growing up,
trying to, not have kids because coconut oil is definitely the first level of Planned Parenthood.
damn,
What you mean?
Hold on, they use that to
It
stop having
is,
babies?
yeah, coconut oil actually slows down the ability of your sperm to be able to slide all
that
around.
is funny you
So
say
it's
that.
a
'Cause I remember
natural.
when we were short on lubricant one time when I was in Korea. I think we used coconut oil because I was not about to take that walk back to the dorm.
A nigga said he
It
gonna
worked.
have to do it. I
Hey
mean,
man, I
it does.
mean, it
It
worked and
does. No babies.
it did two things. It was a double purpose product there. We need to get a brand. Look, man, you see, there you go. You just spoke up a good sponsor right there. That's an endorsement deal. We can sponsor some goddamn or endorse some goddamn coconut oil.
Yeah, we need
Somebody
coconut
got to
oil
do it.
endorsement deal. Yeah, man. Like Ken said, man, somebody got to do it.
What are the official coconut oil brands?
Your local farmers market.
Oh, we're gonna just put some sticker on coconut oil and we got our own shit. There we go.
Yeah, we
Everyday
can do
black
that.
man, coconut oil.
I'm about to
No,
say
no,
let's do
no.
it. Local grocer.
Coconuts grown in South Georgia.
Come get some of this Georgia nut oil.
Grown in the official Georgia
That
dirt.
might be the official name of the podcast. We'll see how this goes.
Georgia
Georgia
nut
nut
oil.
oil. Yeah, that might be the name of the podcast. But all right, let's go back to the other topic that Reed had kind of talked about in the pre-podcast that is exclusive for Patreon content people. But for the rest of y'all, you're gonna hear it now. Pastor Jamal Bryant said for black people, we don't need to watch the Trump inauguration. He said delete Snoop Dogg, Nelly, and Rick Ross from your discography because they performed at Trump's event. Riker, me, I am issuing a challenge to Pastor Jamal Bryant. I want to see your bank statements, nigga. Let's see which one of us gave more to the black community. In the event that Pastor Jamal Bryant has given more to the community, I will delete Snoop Dogg from my discography. But I
I got
doubt
a challenge.
Snoop Dogg was never in my discography anyway. He was trash. But that's neither here nor there. Nelly got a
About to
couple in there.
say, how was Snoop and anybody? If your Snoop is in your discography, you get removed already.
He has wait,
Hey,
wait,
the
wait. He has
the,
one
the
song in
blue
your disc.
Oh shoot,
And that
sorry. My train of thought.
Sexual Seduction is a classic.
That's because that's a Atlanta song that he just. Yeah, that song was supposed to be for y'all. You know, it's, what's his name? Shawty Red gave it to him. That's why I listen to Drifter instead.
the blue magic treatment, or was it blue carpet treatment? Whatever. That album was probably the only one I like listen to all the way through,
Doggy
more than
Style.
once. More than once.
I mean, real R&G with ups and downs on it. I like that ups and downs beat was hard, but it ain't for him. When he starts talking, he wants the song.
What about when he turned into Snoop Lion?
We just
I
don't
don't think
talk about that.
I thought that was
That's
just
like Lil Wayne skateboarding and trying to
that
play
right there. You
guitar.
know what? I thought about that when he did the inauguration because wouldn't everything that he just signed up for totally against Rastafarian beliefs?
I don't think he really
That's only
has
when
any
he's Snoop.
real
That's what that
beliefs.
was about. He did the journey and he did a documentary for that.
He just got some real good weed, and then when the initial buzz wore off, he was like, "All right, I don't know about this eating only vegetable shit."
Hey, them Doggy Style pornos. Nah, nigga, you ain't Snoop Dogg ain't going nowhere. Those some good pornos back in the
those were some very interesting
day.
pornos.
Man,
And on top of
we used to
that,
have rappers. Oh, my bad.
no, go ahead, bro. Go off.
I just remember when we had
Oh,
rappers at the beginning of pornos. They did the intro. Erupting this bitch, and I'm about to get my dick sucked. Bend your ass over, bitch. About to get.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Pornos is where I first heard Flow Rider, that birthday song before he blew up. So I mean, pornos be breaking records, right?
But real
pornos be
talk,
No, but
breaking barriers.
they used to
real
be in
talk.
them, not just the music playing.
Y'all remember
Yeah.
when Biden got elected right before he had came to Georgia, right? And he was like, we need this person to get elected and blah blah blah. We'll give you these I think the original number was $1,800 checks. By the time he got to it, he got the $1,400 checks, and within the first week, he said, and both during his inauguration, he said, "I got you, black folks. You got me elected." And then, like the next week later, it was like all these black pastors trying to get in touch with him, and he said, "Y'all need to be working with the Latinos." And then from there on, they ignored the black constituency their whole election, for the most part. But I don't remember him calling them out on that. Or y'all remember Lift Every Voice and Sing playing? Nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, call that out. Why didn't y'all call any of that out? And then
All
y'all
right,
talk about them cooning, and then these same people said nothing when Megan Thee Stallion was up there twerking.
nigga, that's
Well,
not true. We all said something on here,
we
and
said something.
they suppressed every
They
other black
said
person that
nothing.
said something. Yeah,
Yeah,
No, they
they
did
said
say it, but they
nothing.
suppressed every voice that didn't say this woman needed to twerk
yeah.
because there is no part of that,
They
especially as a pastor, that is okay, nigga. That is literally against the Bible.
let's just not
Yeah,
talk
but he
about
talking about
the traumas though, man. Like that shit. Like, cause now that's just like revisiting an ass whooping that you
No,
had,
what I'm
saying I
saying
should
is
have
they're just trying
died.
to traumatize
it
y'all
makes you
against
stronger.
Trump again. When the Democrats get in office, they get real silent about the shit they don't do versus the
I mean,
shit
I
he
say
do. I mean,
both
I
sides.
don't
I
know.
say
They both do
oh,
that
like,
though.
but they
Yeah,
it
what I'm
ain't
saying
yeah,
is
but
you don't have any like they. I feel like they're trying to
Okay.
use our anger to move their agenda. But
yeah,
Yeah,
but they try to do that
yeah,
it's the
after they fuck
marketability,
up
bro.
though. They only do that when they're not winning. Like it's the whole thing of like accountability is failed on both sides. But the thing is, one side knows how to manipulate its base better than the other.
no, they don't have a base. Remember that people who have a base take care of their base. All that red meat Trump throwing towards his base. I need that. What was the red meat thrown towards black people? It's quote unquote their base. That's what I'm saying. They don't have a base, so they
No,
disrespect their base. That's what I'm. I
they never
don't. That's
developed. I
what.
mean,
Yeah,
what's
No,
his?
fuck
I
them
know
Democrats.
Don't forget
y'all don't
Latinos for Trump, bro. Don't forget
y'all don't like
Latinos for Trump.
AOC,
Yeah, but the
but I
ones
watch.
that vote for Trump, the Latinos, those are the legal ones. A legal
No, it's
Latino
not.
and an illegal Latino are very different.
If you
No,
still aren't into politics, you can just move forward about 20 minutes in the podcast and we'll be all politics at that time.
The I watched the weekly show with AOC as a guest, and she said something that y'all would agree with that I laughed at. That's why I asked you and Ron Riker, y'all hated her. I was reassured that because I'm pretty sure y'all said it multiple times. But
kind of cute.
she was saying the Democrats did this hyper focused and only sat there trying to throw out all this middle class. This will do this for the middle class. We'll do this for the middle class, and never bothered to even address or like even focus on the work class, which we've said 1,001 times. So I was just when I hear people y'all don't like say things y'all like, I get
The
I
reason
mean,
they
no,
do that,
I like the
the
fact that she
reason,
said it, but the problem is she's saying this now after all that time spent trying to become the
yeah,
queen
she.
bee and realizing you're never going to be it.
I mean,
do
she's
you
still got time.
I
The
mean do
reason
you
I
not
don't really
believe
care
that
what
she's
she
being
say
suppressed?
is, as a progressive, you should have never been behind Kamala Harris. So I don't really care what she said. Like, you're a progressive and you're up there like sticking up for Kamala Harris, and she did it for Joe Biden.
That's
And I
literally
know
what.
she really doesn't have any.
You gotta look at her base as well, because objectively, you're correct. Realistically, if she didn't, they would have been calling her racist left and
No,
right.
no, no. What you do is you ask for something and then they have to agree to it. That's what you do for your constituency. If you're, an elected official, she has the base where they would have been like, oh, that makes sense. What are we going to do for working classes and blah, blah, blah. She didn't do anything. She just automatically supported her. Kind of like that bullshit Bernie did too, as well with Joe Biden. Well, he did ask for things, his quote unquote $15, what was it called? Minimum wage hike, which never happened, and they agreed to it.
Correct.
She
you
actually
know,
she actually talked about that on that episode too, and said $15 really wasn't even enough. Now it's well beyond that. But even with that, what you were saying, I wanted to touch on that. How do you what's the word strategically oppose your primary candidate, knowing that your party is going to push them?
You get fucked like
We
Bernie.
yeah, like we already had that discussion of how fucked up that part was. Like
you
we
got to be
already
willing to lose, bro.
Everything.
I don't disagree because we keep losing when they're not trying to lose. At least lose intentionally if
Oh,
you
they
don't
were
do it.
trying
No,
to
they were
lose.
trying to lose. They
They
were
they
trying to
put
lose the
they put
last one.
Harris up there, bro. They were trying to lose. I want you
No,
to
it's not even
just
about them putting Harris up there. It's the fact that you put Harris up there with nothing to offer to
well
anyone.
that too.
And by the time she
The
did
worst
get something to
advisement
offer, it didn't
whatsoever.
matter.
Yeah, I feel like that was the worst political advisement you could get. I feel like they got that shit from fucking great value. Like
No, they thought they could get off her being black and being a woman, and that worked for
but they pushed the obvious
stupid
tropes
people.
though. It's the same tropes. We got a woman and she's multiracial, but she's black. Like that was the obvious.
Well, Indian, we're not gonna go with that. Whatever.
There you go.
That's just
See the
good,
trigger.
right?
They used the trigger. The red
At
made sure that trigger
minimum,
went.
I would ask people if she's black, she's not culturally black. And the little stuff she
I
picked up
thought
in
that was what
college, maybe.
I thought that was already like assumed though.
Nah, they say she
By
is because
rule.
she went to
HBCU. Howard. Because she
whatever.
went to
Yeah,
Howard,
Howard.
they always try to act like she's black. And it's like, no, that's not the same thing. That's like saying,
You just
I
saying
actually
that
know
because
something
you didn't
about
go to
black.
Howard.
Hey, you lived in Atlanta for 2 years. You are black. That's basically what they're
Exactly.
saying.
You lived in Atlanta for 2 years. Guess what? You're not black.
You're
You just
now
say the N
black.
word and everything.
Y'all don't even smoke Black and Miles. I don't trust y'all.
I used to smoke black and miles. It was
I
hard
think he
time.
did too.
That is. That is. If you used to, you pass. I just had that. I had that question in that because
Yeah, ALC is a scammer, bro. Because she can't do
half,
anything about it. Watch them talk about universal health care again. What else they gonna bring up? Free college education. The same stuff they bring up. Then they get elected, and it all kind of disappears.
I don't think that's gonna win. That's not. They're
Yeah,
gonna push it. If they
that's
do
too
push it, I
soon.
hope. If they come back in 4 years with the same like strategies, man, it's just. I mean,
They have nothing else, bro.
you got 4 years to figure that shit out.
They have nothing else, bro.
We need 4 years to figure it out. According to that 78-year-old senator, we gonna have Trump again in 4 years because
Don't talk
they
about.
got to
Yeah,
beat him again. They got to beat him again.
I'm not.
He said, "Why can't we do it for Trump? Why can't we
I'm
do it
not.
for just a third term? You know, he's
Hold on.
like
Hold
our
on.
FDR."
Let me
Well,
go
put
ahead
his
and
ass up against Obama, he'll fucking lose.
Correct.
I
yeah.
guarantee.
No,
That's
I
that's
the
not
that's
true.
what they
That's
guarantee.
did or
not
what?
true. That's not true because they actually made sure that it was counted in the proposal that if you are a former president, already ran 2 consecutive terms, you cannot run for a third term.
Well,
Oh
I
yeah, we know that,
just
but we
need an
changed it all
Obama.
the time.
You just need an Obama. That's
And
all you
Obama,
need.
right?
Exactly.
An
Ooh,
Obama.
and
Mhm.
second somebody call her a gorilla like that. Oh, y'all about to burn that.
But
That shit might have been cool when she was alive.
Watch
Not
that gorilla
now she's a
cakewalk.
candidate.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute it. We're gonna talk about Trump. But y'all go ahead and get
The girls ain't old enough yet, but I don't think they'll be political anyway.
That's true.
I don't see them. If
Especially
anybody
that one
knows
that was
something, I
trying
don't
to
know.
date that actor's son. It's like, man, you could do better. Never mind. Yeah, go fuck a rapper or a drug dealer.
Ever. They won't let her stay in their one unless it's Drake.
Oh yeah, they won't let her. Yeah, actually, maybe that's Drake's redemption path. marry
Uh-uh.
marry Malia.
They'll let him fuck her, but he won't be able to marry her or anything. And I think he knows where his powers end at.
I'm not participating in this.
Yeah, he knows where his
Nah,
power end
man,
at.
he wants to be black so bad now, man. Nah, you want to
Who?
be black?
Who? Are you talking about? Are y'all
He got
talking about
to.
Drake?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
Drake want to be black now.
Drake said
I'm about
Kendrick
to
was
say
anti-Semitic.
probably. I mean,
All
No.
that
Somebody
same
got to
time,
do
man.
it.
the problem is,
Check
Hey,
it out.
hey, if somebody got to do it.
long as it's
We
towards
got
him, nobody
remove
cares.
the last 5 seconds. All right, there you go.
Nah, nigga, we'll need to remove the last 5 seconds. What you gonna do? Sue us?
Nigga, yes.
Hey, I hope because nigga, if he does sue us, this podcast is going up. After that, you know what? You can go ahead and quit your job, homie, because we made it. And people automatically be on our side too. No matter all the shit that Reed done said about trans people, none of that will matter because they're gonna be like, we gotta
All
be
I
Drake.
said was they were men and they were women. That's all I said.
No, nigga, you said that they were men. You
If they
said that's a
are,
man,
a
baby.
trans woman is a man.
Again, that's
Now,
what I'm saying. You know they hate that. Although they don't like the fact that Trump rolled back all the protections either. Trump said, no, if you were at birth assigned male, guess what prison you're going to? The one for men.
Man, they gonna get fucked like crazy.
That's what one guy said. They're like tiny and man up in the prison right now. Like, oh yeah,
It's
and you look
crazy.
like a woman. The thing that
Like,
people aren't bringing up is that Trump didn't say that they can't keep getting their treatments. He just said you got to go
nah.
to the right prison.
like logically speaking, we should not have a prison system in which you should be in fear of rape, incest, and like rape and murder. But you
I
know,
mean,
whatever.
we're
That's
never
prison.
gonna. You're never gonna have that because we're never gonna make a prison system that resembles something like Japan's. Because I mean, in Japan, like that kind of stuff almost never doesn't happen, and niggas also have PlayStation. So I'm just saying, we need to get niggas PlayStation.
I'm gonna kill this
Need
nigga
to
with this
get
controller.
exactly. Niggas are like, you're not about to fuck up D-Box PS5, my nigga. This
Nah,
D-Box
hell
PS5.
nah, nigga. They can play PlayStation 3 and PlayStation. We government money. We get
No,
old.
no, they,
We get them retro fake consoles.
they get the new shit, nigga.
Hell nah, you gonna get one of them
We've
retro
I
already
saw
seen
consoles.
like
niggas. We've already seen niggas
Sweden.
playing PS5s in prison already. Like it was White Collar Suge who told me about that. He was like, yeah, you see niggas now like showing up beating niggas in 2K on a PS5. I'm like, how do you get this in a prison? First and foremost, don't be worried about what my guard bitch brings me. All right, that's my bitch.
I think they need to look at them like that Sweden or Switzerland prison system where you got like a dorm.
I don't
Oh
think women
shit.
should be allowed to work in
Well,
prison.
that's what we used to have, but I mean, we can't talk about the
Man, what did you
that
say?
some
Oh,
of
that's
us were
fair.
born in.
Wait, what did this crazy nigga say?
You
Said
heard
women
this? You
shouldn't be
heard this
allowed
nigga?
to work in men's prison.
Oh, I get agree. Just and I
Well,
yeah
when I
because
say working, I mean like you can't work near
That's
the.
actual
you can't
guard.
be a correctional dog. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, you
I
can be a
agree.
correctional officer, but you like at the door when they
You
coming
gotta be
in. People.
admin or
Clerk,
something.
admin,
No,
medical.
the door is fine. Like when they bring in people and stuff, and anything
No,
that has to deal
we
directly with prisoners.
hey Sham, you heard about waffle butt when you were deployed before, right?
I ain't know he was gonna bring shit like this up.
Okay,
Yeah, that's in the military. And they were the security forces, their force protection chicks were putting their butts up against the fence so the terrorists can fuck them. Called it waffle butt.
boy, they just get
Yeah.
the other soldiers to fuck them because they just as horny.
I don't think these were the desirables, but also I wouldn't be shocked. Like it's just like in the current times right now. You ain't gonna be able to make sense of it, man. So I'm not gonna try to.
Okay, because I was like I was thinking, but like the most cheated on man in history had to be Ron Isley, aka Mr. Biggs, and then from there I thought military members. Anybody in the military has to have second, but they got to be second to Ron Isley because he never made a song about a woman being faithful. They always cheating on them,
Well,
footsteps in the dark.
R. Kelly was writing those recent
He
ones.
didn't
So
write footsteps in the dark.
no, those songs are different. But no, that was back in the time where our grandparents was actually staying
Keep
faithful.
hearing footsteps, baby.
They were staying
In the
faithful to the
dark. Oh, in
You
the
got to.
dark.
That's back when they knew how to cheat, where you had that cousin that looked like everybody else and nobody
Every
know who
nigga
their
want to
mama
sell.
is. That's what
Oh, that was me.
that music was remnant to that.
I was that cousin. They were like, who the fuck? That nigga used to tell me
Yeah.
all the time, you was born out of your mama asshole. Cause something ain't right about you.
That's what that music's for. That's for that
That's why your daddy dead. I ain't even for dead
professional
ass
cheating.
daddy. Talk shit, nigga.
I mean, nigga, that JPEG Mafia would agree with your entire delivery, bro. He said, keep it up.
Damn, that bitch fine.
Hey, that's my cousin,
Y'all,
bro.
Oh,
Leave his
uh,
cousin alone.
that ain't his cousin, but if she is your cousin,
That is
add
his
her to the
cousin, bro.
list. She can be added to my list.
Nigga, why are you after people's cousins, nigga?
He
We
ain't
gotta have
come
some
into it
lines we
knowing.
don't cross.
Nigga.
I don't give a fuck. You fuck my cousin. I don't do it wrong. And by wrong, I mean,
Hold on. When you say
I
wrong,
would
does
do
that
it.
mean just cheat on
That,
them?
I mean, nigga,
That's
you
that's
saying
the
Uh,
cheating on his
that's
cousin is
the
no,
wrong.
extent
that's
of
more
my
like
wrong.
that's more like if she ain't hit you, don't hit her. That's what I mean by
No,
wrong.
no, yeah, that's my limit.
No,
Because I believe you should be able to cheat on them. Now, don't bring nothing home. But like I'm a terrible person when it comes to that
when
kind of
you
stuff.
say cheat on them, do you mean cheat on them and have kids? Like, there's levels to this.
You can just do whatever you gotta do, nigga. You gonna pay for the consequences of those actions, not me.
At the end of the day, I'm like, nigga, you chosen. Fuck you mad at me for? That's your friend. That's your man.
And
What
also
you-
don't do it around me unless we doing like a tag team kind of situation. Or we both
He
got
ain't
dirt
gonna
on each
tag
other.
team his own cousin, nigga.
Huh?
He ain't gonna tag team his own cousin, nigga.
oh,
No. It's
you
like two girls and it like let's say like me, you, and
This
all
nigga
might go out. Hello,
designing his
hello.
own scenario.
Me and you all might go out of town. We're all married. 3 women approach us. None of us can't tell on each other because we all did the same thing. So that's like shared dirt. You know what I mean? Like a shared dirt situation.
I'm not here. I'm not here
And
at
if
all.
one of us get caught, I'm that nigga to go be like, well,
I'm
Kobe
not
was with
here
me
at
too.
all.
I don't
Shit,
know.
Shaq
I
did.
don't know. Reed might pull it. Hey man, they called us, man. Come on out, dog. They got us. Come on, they got us.
Kobe, and Shaq said Kobe was with me too.
Right. I'll be scared to be that. It's that one dude that be like, hey man, they got us. Come on, man.
I
Get
am
them under
not
the
that
car.
nigga. I'm gonna deny. I'm like that nigga didn't do none of that shit. I was with that nigga the whole night. What the fuck you talking about? How dare you besmidging my nigga name like that? Besmidging.
Smidgen.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. One of my kids, I got godchildren, a couple of them. One of their fathers, actually, all my godchildren through their fathers, hit me up like 9 o'clock. Hey, bro, about to call you? Yeah. All right, man. Let me go back to sleep. All right, bro, be easy. 5 minutes later, Sham, um, 2 weeks ago was at this place. I was like, oh, my bad. Yeah, he was there. Who was he with? He was with me, and I think one of his coworkers from like the military. So he all right? No, he's fine. I'm just, like who all was there? Like it was the boys, and I think some other people came from work. My cousin came, and we had drinks, and then had fun and went home. Oh, all right. I didn't mean to wake you up.
Now,
I'm like,
you know,
nigga.
the problem with that, number one, you got a consistent story with is awesome. So my consistent story always to y'all, if y'all ever get a call like that, I was with you and nobody else. Nobody else. We're not gonna
That's
complicate
why
this, all
you.
right?
That's why you always got to drop the line, man. We was drunk as fuck. I don't know who was all there, man. It was a few of us. I think it was.
I just know he was there.
Yeah,
No, that's
like
why I say niggas from work. Niggas from work could be him or me, so it gives him the option.
Yeah,
I
I mean, I
know
think you did well.
the
She
one
didn't question it.
scenario. The one scenario I was in was in the
Allegedly.
military. No, this one is already out because it
Okay.
fell apart. So
Damn.
basically, in the military, and some girls have a issue with who they cheated with, especially if y'all know each other or they know that you know their boyfriends, whatever. So on this one night, married homie messed with this one chick. I ain't gonna announce. I ain't gonna start raising or nothing like that because she wasn't black. And the next day, everybody was lit. Like everybody's drunk. The next day, I did my rounds because he lived off base and I lived on base, and I do my rounds to make sure everybody alive, but also all of our stories are straight when it comes to because some people weren't drinking legally. And then one person was like, I went to her door. She was like, I don't quite remember all that happened. And I looked at her like, that's who he fucked with. And I was like, say that again? Yeah, I just don't quite remember everything. All right, well, get you a nap in. All right, I see you tomorrow at work. Someone's gonna leave her door. Hey, nigga, this bitch says she don't remember nothing. Which I know is a lie because I was right there with him when they got into the throes of shit. And it's like, we need to send the dyke bitch that we know to go and talk to her because something's about to happen if they don't. So weeks go by, everything is quiet and cool. Next thing you know, the first sergeant, who is like the vice principal of the units, grabs up 4 of us that was at that party, like right when we're about to go home from work. Don't say nothing. Take us straight to the Office of Special Investigations. My black ass get pulled in right away into that room, that cliche room of the 2-sided mirror, 2-way mirrors, just a table, your chair, and they standing up. And it's like, all right, man, you in a unique situation. You could be a witness or you could be a suspect. I was like, nigga, I want to be a witness, but what if I witness?
Mhm.
So and so said that so and so raped her. I was like, okay, that's not true. And it's like, well, how do you know? And I said, because I was over here next to her getting top from old girl that y'all just took in the other room. It was like, and what happened with y'all two? I backed off and left. It was like, oh, you left with getting. I was like, yeah, because I actually got some right before I went over there, so I couldn't get it up because I'm good. I've been topped
No,
off.
that's terrible for a young man.
No. It was more than one round.
Not terrible for a drunk
I was
young man.
tired, and it was drunk. Yeah, and I was drunk, so I wasn't about to go no more. And they looked at me. They was more fascinated with that. She was down, and you were gone. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't do nothing. It was just gonna be her eating noodles. I mean, what the fuck you want me to do?
They got real short attention span.
Yeah. So that goes through. Everything happens, but it's all hush hush. His wife still doesn't know yet because they still investigating. And then I get the next workday, I get a call from his phone. I say that specifically from his phone. And next thing you know, it's her. She says my name. This is, tell me he didn't rape that girl. And I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, no, he did not. No, he did not. He didn't do it. She's on some bullshit because this is that. Okay, because that motherfucker gave me chlamydia and he's sleeping in the back right now and I'm about to go stab him. Hang up. Oh, I freaked out. Because he called from his phone. I had to call the homie who lived in the same complex. Like, yo, nigga, go to that nigga's crib now. She said she about to stab this nigga. I believe her. She called from his phone. I can't wake him up. Help this nigga. I'm freaking out. I want to say about 10, 20 minutes go by and I get a call from his phone expecting her to say she killed that nigga, but it was him. He was like, yeah, nigga, hey, yeah, I was in the back sleep. That bitch tried to kill me. I'm walking down the street right now, man. What happened? Like, so that's the end of that. Everything else that happened in regard to investigations and shit. The chick, they found out she was lying through text messages and some other shit she did, but he still got in trouble for adultery in the military, which, depending on what branch of service you in, could cause you a stripe or cause you to get kicked out. It cost him a stripe. And she got relocated to a new duty station because she was the female in the situation, which is fucked up because she's the one who lied about being raped.
Yep, no, nothing happened to him.
And that's that story. But yeah, and that's when all stories align and everything goes according to plan. But even then, some shit can happen.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. All we gotta say is, bro, again, do not trust that these people have your best intentions in mind because they surely do not.
Yeah.
Also,
And what
do
all
not rape anyone because if you're a rapist, bro, we gonna
yeah.
find out.
Yeah. But also, I want to make sure everybody knows I still hold the title as the greatest wingman alive. I have many other stories with W's are involved. We got championship rings. We got belts, nigga. I'm out here. So
Championship.
if you need me, man, just let me know, man. You just got to play for the travel. You got to pay for the travel and maybe one night in
Gotta
the
pay for
room.
the travel.
But I will
2
make sure
nights.
that you get yours.
Get them
You will.
both. Get both your nights, bro. Get both your nights.
If you need me, Sham, just call me, man. I can put on whiteface out there in Savannah and save you.
I'm pretty self-sufficient.
But as black man, we know we don't cheat anyway, so that's good. That man wasn't
Exactly.
cheating. He
And
had
we
a
don't give
slip
up
in
either.
judgment.
Exactly. That man has slip
And
in
he was from the
judgment.
South. And he's from the South. I'm just gonna put that out there. But he's from Memphis, so it
I
wasn't.
don't know why you throwing Memphis out there like that. We know
He was from
Memphis
Memphis.
niggas been, tipping on photo, all that shit right there, man. So, you know how they do, bro.
This is circa 2010, early 2010.
Oh, nigga, you know that nigga was sipping and tipping, bro. You know that
Oh
nigga
yeah,
was
yeah,
sipping and
yeah.
tipping.
He was a nigga. He was a nigga.
But you did not give up on him. And that's the important thing. Because
I would never.
black women are giving up. And it's so sad to see. Moving into the
That's
next topic here, black women have said that they're going to sit this one out. It's a sentiment that's going on right now where black women have been saying that. And one black woman, I'm not going to call out her username because, I
they
want you
sitting
niggas
what
tracking her
out.
down. Oh, they sitting everything out. They have this whole sentiment of we're going to sit this one out. And this black woman said that does not sit well with her because as black women, we don't have the privilege to quote unquote sit this one out. Do you think our ancestors had that choice? My ancestors would look at me sideways for having that sentiment because they went through hell and back. They had to continue fighting so that future generation could have rights, including you and me. But to have this sentiment is not only selfish, but in the same sense, giving the oppressors exactly what they want. Remember, Black Men America do not only include foundational black, it includes a lot more people. Remember, we are all one. And the tactic of the
No, no,
oppressor
no,
is
no,
to
no,
create division.
no, no,
I knew
no,
you were
no.
going to interrupt, but just finish listening. Finish listening.
Go ahead.
They divided us with colonialism and slavery and made us compare and hate each other. And when in reality, we're better in numbers. You can't say you're going to sit this one out and then head on over to an African country or Caribbean island know that there are black people in America from those countries who are suffering due to Trump banning birthright citizenship. To which her own people said, respectfully, I'm going to sit this one out. I don't know why you always expect us to be ready for a fucking battle. We are tired, overworked, underpaid, etc. Why can't we ever rest? Why is it only allowed for the non-blacks? Jeez, we want to sit this one out and kick our feet up for once. We are not selfish. Another woman jumped in and said, I'm going to sit this one out. All caps. After I say this, my ancestors bled, wept, and slaved for a dream that they could rest. Finally, I can, so I will. I did vote, I did donate, I did get in with my community activism. So did the majority of us. It did nothing. White supremacy is an interwoven beast and won't bow to a few dollars I donated or the vote I cast. I'm not giving up. I'm just strategically sitting this one out. I'm resting. How my ancestors dreamed they could. I'm devoting my energy to me and other foundational black sisters who would have never seen love and support from anyone outside of ourselves. That's the part Reed likes. That's where my energy will bloom and grow. It won't be siphoned off by the beast of white supremacy. No more anti-hate rallies for me. Invite me to the pro-peace rally where love already lives. Black women are tired of being everyone's saviors, just to be spat on after all is said and done. That's what white supremacy wants for you, your labor and your energy for nothing in return. You can give it to, I forget the rest of what you said. And another person said, I disagree. I'll sit this one out because politics becomes so hateful for our mental health. Another woman said, if he's as dangerous as Democrats and media have hyped him up to be, definitely sitting this one out is the smartest move. If he isn't, then I'm still wasting my time and energy. We constantly put targets on our backs, defending others, and it will never be enough. I caught the last minute flight to cast my vote because my absentee ballot never arrived. I lived in Texas, but I was on a contract in PA. Spent over $300 to vote against my interests in so many ways. Nothing but empathy for folks who sabotaged the election and who wrote think pieces on how unqualified one of the most qualified candidates was, but I'm over it. I've chosen to adapt and make the most of the next 4 years. Final woman said, all my energy reserved for black women and children only.
What are those black boys growing to?
What's the question?
The question here is this woman wrong to say that she's going to sit it out? Or is the first woman wrong for saying that people need to not sit it out? Where do you stand on the sit it out conversation? Are you going to do like Reed and make it about the one woman who wanted everyone to be all foundational black Americans, non-foundational black Americans, even though other women respectfully disagreed with her and said, I'm only for the foundational African Americans. I don't care about anybody else.
Yeah, about all that.
Yeah.
Life is a fight. So if you give up, then like you give up on life. Like
It didn't say she was giving up. She said she wasn't fighting.
No, I think this is where
you
I'm
giving
going to touch in. No, I don't think it's
thing.
necessarily a fight or flight. I think right now, at this current moment, because what's happened has happened, it's too late to protest. That shit ain't gonna work. He also has everything aligned to go ahead and turn the military against the fucking U.S. citizens with PKXFRA. Like, but that's if the checklist I posted on my fucking IG, because the checklist is getting fulfilled. They're over a third done for 2020 Project 2025. But I think we are in the lay low stage right now, where you can be active, but that protest shit ain't about to work right now. You got to be systematically active. There's no need to bring attention to yourself, because speaking out is only going to turn you into a target. But lay low, get your shit in order, not to run, not to give up, but to get your affairs in order, because we got a midterm coming up. Hopefully that shit still means something, because all
Niggas
other
don't
laws
vote
don't mean
midterms.
nothing.
Stop lying.
I know
Niggas
that.
don't vote
I know that.
midterms. Nigga,
Unfortunately,
you
but I'm
lying.
still gonna mention it, because unfortunately, that's where we lose the most groundwork right there. Regardless of if you are pro or not, but if you're anti this, then you got to figure it out. I'm not gonna tell you which way to go. But I think this is the lay low season right now, because right now, let them go ahead and unfortunately target the immigrants like they're doing, because we are horrendously outnumbered. And we can't do
Oh
shit
no no
about
no
it
no!
because they've taken away.
I want them to target the immigrants because once everything starts going up in price, I'm gonna look back at every single person who's like, "Why is everything going up? Why
They're
are
going to
houses
change the
going
laws
up?"
again. They're
It's
going to
like,
flex
hey,
the
guess
laws
what?
to allow them back in.
They let 30 million in, and everything went up still. So that logic is not going to
Correct.
carry with people.
No, I know the logic ain't there. But it ain't using real math to fucking make sense into it anyway.
Well,
Like it's
remember,
Wild Wild West. Yeah.
it's the logic of it's going to go up because everything's going to go up, and until y'all ready to kill your masters, like what's his name, Run the Jewels, Killer Mike was saying, it's going to keep going up because what y'all need to say is, look, if y'all increase rent, we killing niggas. What are y'all going to do? Like, do you want to die?
I mean, that's what it is, man. Like you know what? Everything is already in place right now. Don't try to fight it when they got the foundation right now. The foundation is set. You just can only you can only quiet resist at this point.
Let me ask you though. Let me ask a question before I answer the question. What am I fighting for? Like, what do y'all got on the table for me to fight for?
I don't have an answer right now because we can't ever get a fucking aligned cause.
Oh,
I don't
they
have an
got
answer.
one.
Not
They
the
couldn't even.
Democrats. I'm talking about black people. I ain't talking about Democrats. I'm
Oh
talking about
no, the black
we.
people they had something. What happened to the George Floyd Police Act? All them niggas was out in the street and everything. What happened to that?
That ain't gonna happen no more. But also when you say that, I hope that the police union has now, since they just got punched in the mouth real heavy, there's a change there because they all felt like they was fucking slapped with somebody's dick when he parked in the J6er. So
What about
hopefully that
the Democrats had the House and the Senate and the presidency? Why didn't
they
they
don't
do
move
the
anything.
voting rights? What was that nigga name that died who got hit on the head?
George Floyd.
Which one?
Oh, you're
Nah,
talking
the nigga, the
about
old nigga,
John Lewis.
John Lewis Voting Rights Act. Why didn't they pass that? I mean, they fought then, and what did y'all do to it? What about the
But oh
National
no, because
Police?
all them that's what's funny. That's the facade right there. That's the bullshit that's being sold. That all Dems are voting for those laws, and that's not what's happening. That's why I
No,
say
no.
you
What
got
I'm
to pay
saying
attention to who you're
is,
voting.
when they have the power, all this stuff seems to go to
No,
the wayside.
I get what you're saying, but it has been revealed that even though we think that it's going to be an all for push for the Dems to vote for that bill because it's pro Dem, they're not. They're actually proactively like there's a lot of conservative Dems that are voting that shit down, and they lose that narrow majority. That has a heavy majority in a minute. I think what Obama's was the last one probably was that the last majority that were like
You don't need a heavy majority. Trump ain't got a heavy majority.
he doesn't, but I'm saying that they have identified that all the Dems are doing that. And then even then, the Dems aren't even given they're not even arguing. They're not even saying it is where this way or not. It's you're either in or you're not. There's no in between. Even with the fucking Republicans right now, you'll have
Because they're
difference of
asking you to
opinion.
fight for nothing so they can do the same stuff under the same
And
guys, but they're
again,
just
that's why
Democrats.
that's why unfortunately, like Riker said, we're not fucking in the midterms, and you're not even voting the proper person into the midterms and getting them to be a candidate in the midterms.
Oh,
I
what
got
I'm
it.
saying is they're asking you to fight just to fight. They're not asking you to fight for anything in particular.
That's
What
why I
am I?
say fuck them as a collective. Like,
Yeah, I'm not fighting for no fucking immigrant. You ain't supposed to be
yeah,
here anyway. Get the
I
fuck
don't
on.
care. I'm sorry, I really don't care about the immigrants at this point, the illegal ones. And the legal ones, I don't even really know how I feel about y'all at this point. I need to worry about people that look like me because we were here first. We didn't get any privileges. We didn't get any reparations. It ain't us or y'all. Y'all need to figure it out. Just like we need to figure it out. If y'all got a common interest, then come on over. But if not, go to fucking hell because we saw what the
I mean,
common
I wouldn't
interest.
go that far. God damn.
It is because they voted for red. They voted for red, and now they're sitting there crying, talking about, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's doing this." Bitch, he's been saying this from day one.
I don't want them to do it. Don't ask me. I want them to
I'm not. I
do
don't have them. If you're here legally, you're here legally. It's as a
it.
well. But I don't agree with the killing the birthright thing and whatnot. Because I mean, that's them in
Birthright
our
citizenship was never meant to be used like that. It was for Black Americans. It had nothing to
It
do
was. I know
with
that. I
fucking
know that.
yeah. It
But
had
it's
nothing to do with no fucking immigrant coming crossing the border, dropping a baby. It was
no.
for fucking
I don't
freedmen.
disagree.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know it was for
disagree.
freedmen. They shouldn't be using it. Period.
It's been abused, but every law has a loophole for people to abuse, and then they allow it to keep happening until they found a common enemy. And I'm gonna keep
They
saying
allowed it
he
to keep
because you know
happening because they were trying to build a nation and they wanted
they
a whole
they
bunch of
they
people, and
they
they let all
changed
these white people use it.
they changed the playing field for how they built their wealth. Hey, we can't do it with the blacks no more, but look at these motherfuckers. They'll do it for nickels on a dime. You know, like or pennies on a dime. Honestly, even a penny.
Shit.
They use it to their advantage, and the wealth gap has been established, and now they don't need it until they need it again. But I mean, I don't think it's going to be solidified, and this is going to be strong. Like, there's not going to be a stronghold.
Yeah, I don't think he has the right to do that, what he's doing, but that's a whole nother
It's
question.
unconstitutional. Like, but do I disagree with it? Go. Like, you know,
They're gonna have to change it up so they mean specifically those people. But whatever. We'll see what they say.
I mean, it's. I think everything. Granted, this has been a hard 5 days, 6 days now, but
Really?
it was intentional. I'm talking about what he's changing. You see what he did with Black History Month, right? Granted, I didn't agree with the bullshit. Oh, we only get a month or something like that. But he now has informed that the Air Force will no longer teach the curriculum of the Tuskegee Airmen. That's
I
been
don't care.
removed. That's bullshit, man. That's American history. That's not Black history. That's American history.
We got movies and everything, bro. If you want to know, go find out.
No, because we got to learn about everything else everybody else did. The Tuskegee Airmen won that fucking war.
Oh,
and
I'm
they
with
came
you,
back
bro.
to, and they won and they came back to the country. They didn't want them. So the fact that you're saying we're no longer
This
teaching it in
country
the
still
Air
don't
Force,
want you.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about in schools. I'm talking about in the fucking service that you're serving. Like you're actually signing your life over to them, and they're like, yeah,
Hold
those
on,
niggas look like
wait.
you didn't
Y'all
mean
both were in the Air Force, right?
Yes.
Did y'all both learn about the Tuskegee Airmen
Yes,
from
I didn't
them?
know about the Tuskegee Airmen until the Air Force, dude. I didn't know
It
shit
was
about
basic thing. But I'll put it this way: it's not like there's a whole day dedicated to the Tuskegee Airmen. They go
It's
through
not.
several historical people, like
They have a
Half-Hollow and shit like that.
they
They
have a
got
museum in Alabama.
yeah, but they're not taking you there. I'm talking about what you go through in training.
Yeah,
If they take the Tuskegee Airmen out, they still gonna talk about all the white people that
yeah.
they consider to
That's my
be
problem. Yeah, that's
paramount.
why I have an issue with it. It's like what the fuck, you know? It's targeted for a reason. It's built to aggravate, and he's doing it at the beginning so it can go and draw out for the whole term, regardless if the mythological third term happens, whatever. It's done intentionally. Like he's agitating us intentionally, and and that's why I'm a little aggravated because all of the LGBTQ and the alphabet people and all that shit. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all just join this fight. I really don't care about y'all. Y'all. In regard to these laws and rights that y'all are pushing, that actually did what's the word? Diminish the whole real liberal purpose what it was before until what it is now because it evolved into their cause. It didn't involve. It was supposed to be something like legitimately within civil rights, and it became let's make sure they can use our bathrooms and we let them transition in school and shit. Like that's where I hate the
Yeah,
bend.
that's what they always do,
That's what
though.
yeah,
They
and
did it with
that's what the
civil rights.
problem is. But when it comes to you are now eliminating our fucking history, and you know on the list it says to say that there weren't slaves, there were involuntary workers or some shit like that. Like that's on the list, and they're actually checking things off. So that's where my concern is. It just it's weird, man. It's a weird place to be in because we read about this, but did you think you live in this type of history? Because our kids are gonna read about this shit, and we're gonna be a
Yeah, but
fucking
I never trusted the
reference
system
point.
to teach my kids about anything when it comes to history.
It ain't the
True.
fact that they're not teaching; they're actually banning those books and that rhetoric where it won't even be available to your kids.
It will be here in this household. I don't really care what
It's
these. I
same.
never
I've
wanted
been
a white
assimilating.
person
Yeah,
to teach my kids about Black history anyway. And
I don't
if we all
disagree.
live similar,
No,
uh,
I don't disagree. Me and my wife was actually talking about what we need to like buy in the physical book or download PDF and make sure we have in our household because like it just I don't give a fuck about your evangelical Christian views
I mean,
and
even how
your
they
white
celebrate
supremacy.
Malcolm X, you know they didn't like that nigga, right?
Yeah, but he had it. You know, when we was in school, he had an actual holiday for his birthday. They got rid of that. We used to get that day out of school.
What, Martin Luther King or Malcolm X?
Both. We used to get
I
both
don't
of those
remember
days.
Malcolm X Day.
I used to
I
get
don't remember
Chicago
that
used
one.
to give us Malcolm X
Oh,
birthday.
Chicago.
We used to get that, and we used to get. Remember, I mean, I don't know how they got President's Day and Lincoln's birthday like separated, but they accumulated it all in one. But yeah, man, I just that part I'm agree with, and I feel like he's purposely agitating us, and the fact that the Proud Boys leader is fucking Cuban is just the most hilarious shit in the world to me, bro.
Oh, that's on
Like,
purpose.
yeah, I know it is, but it's just like
Yeah. We're not
the
racist. We got
stupidity.
this Cuban guy.
Yeah, the stupidity in the whole existence of it and the infrastructure is just like. I mean, we know they're dumb. We know they're dumb at this point. I'm sorry, and this is gonna sound like super racist, but if you are an illegal immigrant that supported him, then you damn sure need to go because you're just that fucking retarded. And we don't need any more autistic kids here. We got plenty.
I think the biggest issue is that people assume that people have been so many fucking words. Everybody always been dumb. People just now seeing people dumb out in public. I don't understand why everybody mad. They just mad that what was behind closed doors is now in front of their face. Like that racist white dude down the street who you know says nigga inside his house. Now they saying it outside. You knew he was
Yeah,
saying it anyway. He didn't say it to you. Are you gonna be mad in your house, or are you gonna go about your business with the shit that Riker was saying? All I'm saying is like she kept talking about, we tired, we've been doing this, we've been doing that. I believe what you said. Now is the time to hang back and yada yada.
But why you putting this online? You know what that shows signs of? Somebody who ain't been fighting. Somebody who ain't been doing all the shit they said they've been doing. Because they don't know how to fucking move. It's just a bunch of loud talking people who won't do shit except for posture around each other. Who are they surrounded by? Other people who don't do shit. So a lot of these paintings are kind of baseless to begin with because they don't actually get out and do something in the first place. If they did, this is probably their first time, which is why they don't know how to act in the first place. Oh, we've been doing this forever. No, those women back in the past used to do that, but you aren't those women. Y'all the same ones who want Sexy Red and whoever fucking what's her name, Megan Thee Stallion up there dancing for Kamala Harris and bullshit like that. No problem. But you've been fighting this whole time. Shut your dumb ass up. I think the issues we keep giving them more credence than we should.
I actually got into a back and forth with a old friend, my old roommate. We actually pretty close. He's Hawaiian. But we were in the Air Force together, and like he was saying, I ain't see you say anything before Trump. I said, well, because I didn't have an issue with any other primary until it became him. I said I will dance and celebrate the day he died. So like the way he stands for is why you hear me and see me doing this. But even on my story, like one, it's my fucking my social media. I can post whatever I want. But if I have to see these things and they are disheartening to me as just the existence of a black person in America, that like some of these things I care about and some of these things I think are just unjust, I'm going to keep posting it because it's my story. And you can not follow me and not see it or just deal with it. It ain't like I'm fucking DMing it to you. You're willingly looking at it and it's bothering you. So if it's bothering you, it means it's morally fucking wrong. Like that's the thing with a lot of that.
How dare you make this white man angry?
I mean, it's just
white people ignore whatever makes them uncomfortable.
Well, I posted that video. So the white dude asking white folks about it was something about black people, and they would all avoid saying the word racist. It's like, well, some of them, I mean, if they're smart as a white person, maybe they should get the job, but it's not as many. Like you hear the not even closet, what is it called? The unconscious bias and the indirect racism in their voices, and it's like you're so racist you don't even know that you're racist. Like that's the part that's killing me. You don't even know it, and you will be offended when we go ahead and define and outline how you are being racist. That shit is just hilarious.
Hey man, you can't make these white folks feel feelings they don't want to feel, man.
I know it's my fault. I'm a black person that know witch doctory. I'm fucking up. Black magic, unintended.
At least you know. At least you know.
Yeah.
We be trying to tell y'all. We be trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't want to hear it.
Hey, we had this conversation years back, but I want to revisit it again because it's actually the same person that led to it. Outside of not counting the podcast name, because the podcast name has a purposeful meaning behind it. But I got tired of seeing everything that has to identify that is black owned, it's black supported, black this and that, instead of just having its name. I feel like you all are literally minimizing your customer base and your potential business growth because you have to title it something black. This podcast is a platform that will be heard and broadcast and shared regardless. That's different. You have a business that you are trying to push and you want everybody to buy for it. And yes, it is black owned, but we can go ahead and keep that in the notes or your webpage. You can have it in your mission statement. But the fact that you name it something like that, I feel like eliminates a good portion of potential. I do.
We thought so too. Remember, we was going by short form EBM.
Yeah.
But then in
Till
the
they saw,
end,
they saw it like, oh shit, what are these niggas doing?
And troll white people like, what if I do the Everyday White Man podcast? It's like, do it.
Exactly.
Like,
we did tell white people to do Everyday White People podcast.
It's called the Joe Rogan podcast.
Joe Rogan not the everyday white guy. He just act like he is.
No, but they relate with him like he is.
I know.
No, they want to relate. They don't actually relate.
Correct.
They want, yeah. They want to
Joe
go
Rogan been
idolize
rich for a long time, y'all.
I know.
He is not like you.
That Fear Factor money wasn't a cheap check, and he did that for over a decade, y'all.
But I would honestly say he's not a weird Hollywood guy either, though.
No, he actively spoke at how much he hated, but he is a white man with money in America.